Hi, everybody. So welcome to today's class of Swiflearn. So let's start our session today. And today's session is for nutrients in plants, and that's for the 7th grade. So let me just start it. I'll just share the screen and the PPT. I would just like to give you a brief introduction about Swiflearn first. What we have is 100% live and interactive classes, and that has been proved many times through our classes for many students. And we also have personalized attention with maximum of only 6 students. So that is also one very novel idea of Swiflearn. And talking about mentors, we have a dedicated team of academic mentors to work on the students' progress. So that is also one highlight about Swiflearn. Then we also always cover syllabus based on however it is done in their class or the school exam. So there is no confusion for the students when they are attending for the Swiflearn. So that is one of these are some of the highlights of Swiflearn classes. So, and we also take classes that are from 3rd to 10th. So, yeah, so Swiflearn is also known as the most sincere destination for learning for students because of all these reasons that I just said. So now our key features, what Swiflearn provides is we have a detailed progress report. After every class, teachers are made to, or teachers will do the daily data report of how the class had gone, what was the attention of that student in that class, did the student do the homework of the previous class. All these are noted down by teachers right after the class itself. Also, we conduct Swiflearn academic test series, that is SATs, and we also take unlimited practice tests. We also have lots of tests that is used for testing the knowledge of the students. And we also have subjective tests for school exams. And the main highlight is that if you want to see if Swiflearn will be good for your student, then you can actually do a free trial class. Your student can actually see how she or he will be good for the class or is understanding that what the teacher or mentor is teaching. So in this way also a free trial can be given from the Swiflearn, and after taking the free trial you can decide if you want to continue being and you want to be with the Swiflearn in making your student or kids learn in the Swiflearn and for better education. So that is a very good biggest highlight about Swiflearn, that you can have a free trial class. So after that you can decide should you or should you not continue with Swiflearn. So I hope you can subscribe to our channel, that is Swiflearn, and you can also press the bell icon so you will not miss any update from us or such live classes. You can also have live classes like this. So let's start with our topic today, that is nutrition in plants. So I hope many of you know what is nutrition in plants and how it is made. So I will just give you a detailed idea and detailed perspective about how nutrition is taking place in plants. Okay. So today's objective for our class is first we will be introducing to the chapter, that is what is exactly nutrition and how is nutrition made in plants and how it is taken to us humans, how it is reached to us. So this all we will be learning in today's class. Then we will learn about the different modes of nutrition in plants. Then the main thing, the main mode of nutrition, the main way how nutrition is made in plants, that is photosynthesis. We will learn a detailed view about photosynthesis. So you all know that photosynthesis is the food making process in plants. So students, which food do you like the most? Anybody is there to answer? Let me just check. Anybody can answer? I do not see any answers. Okay, so there are lots of food that we like, right? So how do all these food come? From where do we get all these food? How is it made? Most of the vegetarian foods that are mostly from the plants, right? So these plants, how do they make food? We make food from plants and animals, obviously, but how do the plants make food? So let's get more into that. And why do we eat fruit? Food that is mainly for nutrients, right? So that is exactly why we have food, mainly to get nutrients. Now, so just now we told about nutrients. Any idea what is nutrients? Anybody? Answers can be checked. Let me just check if anybody is having answers. Anybody? What are nutrients? Okay. So I'll just tell you what nutrients are. Nutrients are the organic substance that are required by our body to keep us alive and help it grow. Okay, so these are why nutrients are used, and these are exactly the definition of nutrients. So nutrients are the organic substance that are required by our body to keep us alive and help it grow. Now, the importance of nutrients. What are the importance of nutrients? Why do we exactly have to consume nutrients? Any idea? Anybody has any idea? You can give in your answers. Let me just check. Okay, so now I will just tell about the benefits of good nutrition. Okay, so how does good nutrition help? When you have nutrition, you should have it in a balanced way that it will actually be good for your body. Now, to reduce the risk of some disease, including heart disease, diabetes, stroke, some cancers, osteoporosis, anything, nutrients can be used. Okay, so it is also used for reducing high blood pressure, mainly to stay healthy without any disease. We actually need nutrition. Now, list different types of nutrients that are required by our body. Anybody can say any answers? Anybody answers, please? Okay. So the different types of nutrients that are required for our body, the type required for our body is carbohydrates, fat, proteins, vitamins, minerals. All these are needed for us, right? So where do we get these nutrients from? Where do we get it? How are these nutrients being there in the food we eat? From where do we get? That is mainly from, obviously, plants. Okay, plants will give all the vegetables and fruits, and also sometimes we also have, there are many plants in which we have the leaves also, leaves, stem parts. So the fruits, vegetable, leaves, stem, everything from plants. Also from animals, that is where we eat the chicken, mutton, beef and everything, right? Yes, correct. So now I've got the answers of what I asked before, the vitamins, proteins, carbohydrates. Very good, very good. So yeah, so now I will just say, so here we can see is human. So this human is consuming food. What food is the human consuming? Vegetarian food. So from where do we get this vegetarian food? That is exactly from the farm, right? So here this scenario is different. Now we're going to another scenario where this human is consuming goat, for example, mutton. Where do we get it from? The goat consumes food and their nutrition all from plants. So ultimately, it is coming from plants. Okay, all the nutrition we have, any animals, any organism have, it is ultimately coming from plants. So just now, how I told, we get all our nutrition from plants. Where exactly do these plants get their food from? We need to think about that, right? So, how do plants get their food? Just as we humans cook in the kitchen, plants also cook food. But how? Any idea? Any idea how plants cook food? I'm just checking for any replies or comments. Any idea how plants cook food? Any process you can think of? So I'll just continue that plants cook food by photosynthesis, a process named photosynthesis. Okay. So do these plants also prepare their food? Obviously, and that is photosynthesis. Now, moving on, where do they prepare their food and how? So now we know that plants prepare their food. But how do they do it? Where do they do it? We do it in the kitchen. But plants, where do they do it? Let's get into it. So just like us, plants also need nutrition for growth. We get nutrition from plants. So where does plants get their nutrition? Let's get into it. So why do plants need food? Just to get nutrition. So now we will go deep down into the topic of nutrition and plants. This is where we will see how plants are getting nutrition from. So in this picture, you can see the soil contains a lot of nutrition. Phosphorus, nitrogen, calcium, many things are there in the soil for the nutrition. So here we can see is the roots. So these roots will be absorbing the nutrition. So we will get into this more in detail in the coming slides. So we know that, one second. Yeah, we know that humans depend on plants and animals for their nutrition. We all know that, right? So humans are completely dependent on plants and animals. If there was no, just imagine, if there was no plants in this whole universe, planet, there would not be animals. If there were no plants and animals, then we would not have nutrition. So that is how important plant is and the nutrition that we get from plants is. So, but plants do not depend upon other organisms for their food. They can prepare their own food. How do they do that? That is our main topic or subject for today. So we are going more into detailed view about how plants and which are all the different modes and the ways by plants are having nutrition. So on the basis of how organisms get their food and the ways of taking nutrition, this can be classified into two modes. The modes of nutrition in plants are divided and classified into two, that is autotrophic and heterotrophic, right? So here autotrophic is divided again into two, that is photoautotrophic and chemoautotrophic. Okay, that is clear, right? Now, any idea what is autotrophic mode of nutrition? Anybody can tell what is autotrophic mode of nutrition? You can just type in your answers. I will be seeing by comment. I'm just checking. So can you just, anybody can type in? I will just say if your answer is correct. Okay. So I will just get into it. Yeah. So autotrophic mode of nutrition, the organism will produce their own food with simple inorganic materials. Okay. With simple inorganic materials, the plants are making their own food. So that is what is exactly called as autotrophic mode of nutrition. They do not need to depend on any organism. They can prepare their own food. Okay. So how? With simple inorganic materials. Okay. So now, this is also called as self-nutrition. Okay. Here, when the plants are making their own food with simple inorganic materials, it is also called as self-nutrition. Now, can you name some organisms that can prepare their own food? Anybody? You can just type in your answers or comment here in the live session so I can see and read it. Name some organisms that can prepare their own food. Okay. So I think the comments are coming in a little bit late, so we do not have time to delay. So I'll just continue. Some organisms that can prepare their own food, obviously plants, right? So other than plants, any guesses, any idea? So algae. Algae is some other kind of organism which is not completely of the plant classification that is making their own food, right? So now we will see how the process, I will tell you with pictorial representation, how the process is exactly happening. The organism which create their own food using sunlight, that is sunlight here they will be using. Then water. Here you can see the water they will get from the root where they're getting from the soil. And carbon dioxide, they will be getting exactly from the air. And other chemicals. Other chemicals here, we mean that other chemicals that are present in the leaves. Okay, so here there is a chemical process also happening inside the leaves when the photosynthesis process is happening. So the organism which create their own food. So here using these so many components, that is carbon dioxide, sunlight, the minerals, water, everything, what they will do, the plants will be doing, they'll be cooking their own food. And these kind of plants which will cook their own food without the use of any other source or anything else, that is known as autotrophs. And this is the process that is happening. In detail, the process I will be telling in the upcoming slides. So now autotroph. Autotroph is also known as producers. Why they're known as producers? Any idea? Let's see for any guesses. Yeah, some of them are like those producers which always use or prepare their own food for their energy. They use photosynthesis or chemosynthesis. Now, photosynthesis or chemosynthesis is a process. The process which the autotrophs use for preparing their own food. That is what is known as autotrophs. So autotrophs, since they are making their own food, they are also known as producers. So now how do they do it? So here we can see just by the use of sunlight, they can do that. So here this grass is not a very complex plant, but they do also, even they do produce their own food. They do not need to depend on any other source or organism for their own food or their own nutrition. They will do it by themselves by sun. And through which process? Any idea through which process? Yes, exactly. Photosynthesis or chemosynthesis. Okay, and some example are plants, some bacteria. I won't say every bacteria, but some bacteria, and also some algae. Now we're moving on to the next or the second type of nutrition. Second type of mode of nutrition, that is the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Now here, what exactly is this heterotrophic mode of nutrition? In this mode of nutrition, the organism depend on other sources for their food. They cannot have their own food. They cannot make their own food in their synthesis. They always need to depend on other organisms for getting the food. Okay. So now, here is a small example of how the other organisms are taking food from the green plant. So I will just give you two examples here. One second. Yeah. So I'll just show you two cycles here, two examples of cycles. That is, there is this green plant here. So this green plant is consumed by a goat. Okay. So now a goat, a goat is a very domestic animal which does not attack or anything. So goat will be attacked. Goat is also the ones which are grown at home or which are, taken care at home. So goat is something which does not know any attacking and everything. So this goat will be attacked by jackal, which is a wild animal. Wild animal, as you know, it will be attacked. It will attack the other animals like goat, cow and all. So a jackal will come and attack and have the goat. So now this jackal is being attacked by an even more powerful animal, like you all know, lion, the king of the jungle. So in this, the nutrition that was being consumed by this green plant is going to the goat because the goat had taken. Now, this goat had taken the green plant nutrition, and this goat has this nutrition of the green plant. So when the jackal comes and attacks it and has or eats the goat, the nutrition from the green plant is already present in the goat. So here, this goat, whatever nutrition that was consumed by the goat in the green plant is now going to the jackal. Why? Because the jackal ate the goat. So now the jackal consumes, or jackal has the nutrition of green plant, goat, and any other nutrition that was made in the jackal. So now these three nutrition are there in the jackal. So now who comes and consumes it? That is the lion. So when lion consumes the jackal, Now, the nutrition that the lion is having is from the green plant, from the goat, and the jackal. So the high source of nutrition, the cycle is being continued like this because of the nutrition that was created from the green plant. So I will show you a smaller example is that this green plant will be consumed by uh, a mouse. Okay, so now this mouse will have the green plant or the nutrients that was created by the green plant, and now this is consumed by an owl comes and eats the mouse. So now they have the nutrition of the green plant and the mouse. The owl will be having the nutrition of green plant and the mouse. Again, another example is that a mouse will eat. Okay, let's start from the mouse. A mouse is ate by a snake. A snake will be ate by the kite. So the nutrition from the mouse will be having by snake and the kite. And from where the mouse is having the nutrition? From the rabbit. From where the rabbit is having the nutrition? From the plant. So this is how the flow of nutrition works. Okay, so this is how we get a lot of nutrition from plants, and that is directly coming from the plants. I mean, indirectly coming from the plants or directly also. If we take plants, we will get it directly, and if we are consuming meat, we will get it indirectly from the plants. So in this mode of nutrition, the organism depend on other source for their food. So I hope this is clear by the explanation I gave. Now, heterotrophs are also known as consumers because we are consuming, we are not producing. So, in the other slide, autotroph slide, here we saw that autotrophs were also known as producers. Now, here in heterotroph, we see they are consumers, right? Yes. Now, so the other organism, they get proteins and energy from the nutrition that are consumed by them from the plants. Okay, so here the consumption process is happening. Heterotrophs are known as consumers. So we are also consumers. Okay, so some examples are this. Here is also another cycle where this grasshopper is being taken in or consumed by toad. So the grasshopper is always having the toad is always having the nutrition of the grasshopper also. So now here some examples are any animals, some bacteria, then fungi also. It's all heterotroph. Now, who can name some organism that uses heterotrophic mode of nutrition? Anybody can tell? Any organism that uses heterotrophic mode of nutrition. If you would have understood the concept what I have explained before, then it will be really easy. Let me see for some comments. Okay, we're getting some comments. Yeah, it is nothing but humans, that is us. We are heterotrophic mode of, we use the heterotrophic mode of nutrition because why? We are consumers. Also animals. Again, why? Animals take the nutrition from plants, right? So one perfect example or one main example of heterotrophic mode of nutrition, the organism that use heterotrophic mode of nutrition is humans and animals. So now, the definition how we will put it in is the organism that depend on other source for their food are called as heterotrophs. The organism that depend on other source for their food are called heterotrophs. So this is the proper definition of heterotrophs. I hope it is clear. Now, have you wondered how green plants create their own food? Now we understood that plants create food. We take the food from them. Animals take the food from them. But from where do the plants will get food? How do the plants make food? So now we are getting into that. So that is by a process some of us might know, that is the photosynthesis. So here minerals will be taken in. Minerals and water will be taken by the roots, and this will travel to the leaves, and sunlight is being taken here. You can see the sunlight arrow coming, so that will be in the leaves. And here a chemical process will happen. And what is given out? Oxygen and water. So we will go into more detail about this. So as we make food in our kitchen, plants also have a kitchen. So where is the plant? Where is the plant's kitchen? How does that work? Do you know which part of the plant is known as a kitchen? Which part of the plant? Any idea? So yes, that is leaves. Leaves are known as the kitchen of plants. All the raw material required for producing food will reach here. Okay, so just like we have a kitchen in our house, plants have a kitchen. And which is that kitchen? Obviously the leaves, because why? All the food is made in the leaves. So now, the first process of photosynthesis, or the first step of photosynthesis. Let's start from the bottom. Because why? The plants are made in the top, the plants are making food in the top, that is in the leaves. So obviously it should start from the bottom. The starting process will always happen from the bottom. So let's see what is happening here. So underground, that is under the soil where we can't see, which is not naked to the eyes, the roots will absorb water. As you know, we need to water the soil for the plants to grow. So why? That is because the water will be taken by the roots. So we need to we need to water a plant daily in order to get the plant growing, or to have the plants make the nutrition. So the water will be, so when we are watering the plants, water also has some minerals. Also, excluding that, the minerals, some of the minerals are also present in the soil. So the root has the capability to take water and minerals through their root. So now it will go on. So the root will absorb water and minerals and transport it to the leaves through the stem. So there is this stem and it will be going up. The water and minerals that have been absorbed, that will be absorbed through suction, it will be absorbed, will be going up through the stem. So it will be going up through the stem, and then water and minerals are transported to the leaves by the vessels present in the root, the stem, branches, and leaves. So you all know that plants have plants all throughout from the root have vessels. So these vessels are mainly used for the transportation of food, water, minerals. Okay. So these vessels will help in the transportation towards the leaf, upside of the leaves. Okay. So up portion of the plant, from the root, they will be going, the nutrition, plants, and everything will be going to the leaf by the vessels that are present in the plant. Yes. Now, the second process, let's see. In the leaves, what happened? Now we saw here in the first step that all the nutrition, plants, minerals, everything is absorbed by the root, and it will go to the upper portion of the plant, that is the leaf. Now what exactly happens in the leaf? So this is picture of a leaf, and here we are zooming in the leaf. A portion we are zooming in, so we will see what exactly is happening inside the leaf. Okay, or on the surface of the leaf. So here we can see this is a stomata. This is a opened stomata. Now we have stomata that is closed. In these closed stomata, there would not be any carbon dioxide going. Only if the stomata is open like this, as we can see in the picture, there will be entry of the carbon dioxide. Okay, so carbon dioxide will enter through the open stomata. They will synthesize food here in the surface by chemical processes. And what will be produced as a byproduct? Obviously, water and oxygen. So the water and oxygen is given out through the leaves by the stomata. Okay, so after this process, carbon dioxide gets inside, there will be chemical process happening, the water and oxygen will be given up. Now, carbon dioxide enters through the small pores present on the surface of the leaves, just like I have told before, that is stomata. Now, how does this stomata open and close? What helps in the opening and closing of stomata? That I will just say now, that this stomata, can you see here, there is a gap. That is called the open stomata, or the stoma open. Okay. Here you can see that this space here, you can see it is not present here. The space is not present here. So we call this as a closed stomata, or stoma closed. So what helps in the opening and closing of stomata? That is the we can see this guard cells. So here what I'm showing with the hand is guard cells. So this, if the guard cells are straight like this, it is a closed stomata. Okay. But it is like this. If it is like this, it is open. So here it's this, these are two guard cells which come together to close or open a stomata in a plant. Okay. So what I just showed here is the guard cells. And here in the picture, you can see this is the guard cell. See, just like that, how I showed. Now, the third process after the other process happening is, one second, yeah. The leaves have green pigment called chlorophyll, which helps to capture energy from sunlight. So I will just show you what is this chlorophyll and where is it present, what does it do. So this is the sun's energy we can see. Okay, just like if you see, look outside, you can see sun's energy. Same like that. Any plants anywhere when it is there, they will be having the sun's energy falling on the leaves. So inside, if you, this is a leaf. If you open inside a leaf, what you see is what I'm going to show it now. So here, see, you can see a leaf is opened. Okay, so when we open a leaf, we can see something which is green in color, that will be the chlorophyll. Okay, but you cannot see it with the naked eye. You need a microscope to see it. So since we are showing you and teaching you the classes, we are showing it in a very zoomed version. Now, here, this is the chlorophyll. Okay, so this chlorophyll are the ones which are giving the plants the green color or the green pigment. Also, this chlorophyll have the function of trapping the sunlight and converting and making them into energy. So these two are the function of chlorophyll. That will first, it will give green color to the plants. Wherever chlorophyll is present, there will be green color. And also it will help in the capturing of energy from sunlight. Since you know that we need energy to prepare food, the plants need energy to prepare food. So that energy is coming from the chlorophyll. They will convert the energy, they will convert the sunlight into energy, and that is how the food is made. So here, step by step, I will just show you. That is chloroplast. Here we can see this is the chloroplast, will trap the sun's energy. It will trap the sun's energy, this chlorophyll present inside the surface of the leaf. Now, what happens? Just like how I told you in the beginning process, that is, yeah, here the roots have been taking the water, nutrients and every minerals and everything from the soil. So it is coming from the soil to the surface of the plant. And see, that is what it is coming from. So here it came from the stem and now it is entering the leaf. So here water is entering the leaf. So water contains, because it was absorbed from the root, it contains the minerals, nutrients, water, everything is contained there. And so it will enter the leaf. Okay, it will enter the leaf and go to the chloroplast. So when this goes to the chloroplast, that is another process or another component is also adding on here. That is carbon dioxide. Okay, carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere here will enter the leaf. And where it will go? Yes, chlorophyll. It will go to the chlorophyll. So it will go to the chlorophyll. And now what is happening? There will be a chemical process that will be happening in which the all the food that has to be prepared is coming. That is, water will enter the leaf, then carbon dioxide will come, then they are getting energy from the sun. So now this will complete a photosynthesis process. When these all come together in a leaf with the help of the chloroplast, everything comes together and combines, the photosynthesis process will happen. So this energy from sunlight, which we got from the chloroplast, has taken from the sun, is used for preparing sugar and water. Sugar and water is glucose and water. Okay. Now, this is the process of photosynthesis as a pictorial representation. That is, first, there was a small seed. That seed also grew. How? By the energy they got from the sunlight. So again, the seed is growing. And now it is coming to a plant. Now, big tree. And then there was flowers. See, there's this white flowers. Now, those flowers had got turned into fruits. So that is how we get fruits and veggies and vegetables. Okay. So this is exactly how a photosynthesis process over years. How and what is the effect in the plants? Okay. Yeah. Now we will just move on with what exactly is the definition of photosynthesis. The process by which green plants and some other organisms synthesize food with the help of carbon dioxide, water, chlorophyll in the presence of sunlight. Sunlight which is being getting from the above with the help of carbon dioxide, water, chlorophyll. These three elements plus sunlight. So that is four elements that are required for the plants to make food. That is carbon dioxide, water, chlorophyll in the presence of sunlight. Okay. This process is called photosynthesis. That is, I will repeat once again, the process by which green plants and some other organisms synthesize food with the help of carbon dioxide, water, chlorophyll in the presence of sunlight is called as photosynthesis. So here photosynthesis, you can even break the word and understand or try to remember it. That is, photo means light. Synthesis means to combine. What are the things we are combining in photosynthesis? Carbon dioxide, water, chlorophyll, okay, and also the sunlight. Now, these are things combined for the photosynthesis. Photo is light and synthesis means to combine. So this is exactly the definition of photosynthesis. Now, what happens during photosynthesis? Just like we had to carbon dioxide. For example, let's see in the formula type also, 6 carbon dioxide plus water, 6 water, H2O. Now, in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, what we will get? Anybody? What we will get? Let's see if anybody can comment what we will get. Let me see. I think autotroph doubt had been cleared. I had explained. Sheikh Abdul, you had, ma'am, what is autotroph? You understood, right? What is autotroph? That means when the plants are making their own food without the need or use of any other organism. That is called as autotroph. Okay? Sheikh Abdul had a doubt. So I think the doubt is clear. So yes, hi ma'am, hi Sheikh. Okay, then yes, Anshul Goyal has told hello ma'am. Hi. I hope you're finding the session good and useful. So let's continue. So yeah, tell me what happens during photosynthesis. 6 carbon dioxide has been formed with the 6 water and we will get in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll what? Carbon dioxide. That is glucose. Okay, this is glucose or carbohydrate plus oxygen. So the end product or the final product of the photosynthesis is carbohydrate and oxygen. Okay, so this much is clear for everybody, right? Now, think and answer this. Okay, so let me see if I got any other answer. No. Okay, let's see. We have seen the importance of sunlight for leaves. But does this mean that sunlight is also important for humans and animals? Anybody has any answer for this? Is sunlight important for humans, us, and animals? Anybody? Let's see if we have any answers. I'm just checking the comments. You can just comment so I will see if you have any answers. Okay. Any answers, children? Anybody? Okay, I'm just checking. Okay. Okay, I have not got any answers, so we'll just continue. Yes, if anybody is not knowing the answer, I will tell you, yes, it is obviously, yes, we humans also need sunlight. Why? Because sunlight has vitamin D. So vitamin D is very essential and major for us for many physiological and biological process that is happening in a human. So that is completely necessary. And yes, obviously we need vitamin D and sunlight. Okay. So I hope this question is clear for everybody. Now let's move on. Can we survive without sunlight? That's just the answer that I've told. No, we cannot because we need vitamin D. Okay. Now, life is not possible on Earth without photosynthesis. Why? Any idea, any answers, anybody? Why is it not possible on Earth without photosynthesis? Please tell me. Waiting for your answers. Any answers? Okay, I think I'll just continue. I'm not getting. Okay. Yeah. So it is not possible. Life is not at all possible in any way. If you think also, it is not possible. Why? Why? Because plants make food only through the process of photosynthesis. If there are no plants on this earth, there will be never any life form in this earth. Why? Because we are getting the nutrition from plants. If plants are not there, animals are not there. If animals are not there, which we eat, even humans won't be there. Why? Because there is no nutrition or the flow of nutrition. Okay. So I think this answer, this question is clear. Now, do the photosynthesis only take place in green leaves? Who can answer this? Let me see who can answer this. Yes, now I got, yes, Abhi has told no. Correct, Abhi, your answer is correct. So now I've got answers. Yes, it is a primary source of energy. Very good. Yes, Anshul Goyal, very good. You have told it is the primary source of energy. Very correct answer. So Abhi has told oxygen is essential for everything, especially for making food for plants. Correct. Very good, Abhi. Your answer is correct. So now, photosynthesis also take place in leaves other than green leaves also. So I think I did not get any. Yes, yeah, Abhi has told the answer for this. The photosynthesis only take place in green leaves. Yes, very good. Now, the photosynthesis also takes place in other plants which are not green also. It's just that the large amount of pigment will be red, brown, or any other yellow pigment. You can see yellow leaves or red leaves or brown leaves. The only thing that is happening is there is also photosynthesis taking place. There is also a chlorophyll present, but more than chlorophyll present, the other pigment, red pigment, brown pigment, all that will be masking or will be overtaking the color of the green color. Okay. Now, let's see if we got any answers. Yes, Melvin John Raja has told, given a thumbs up. Yes. Thank you, Melvin. Okay, so now do you know why farmers add nitrogen-rich fertilizers into soil? Any idea why farmers are adding nitrogen-rich fertilizers to soil? Answers are welcome. Actually, now we're getting good response. So, any answers? Anybody? Do you know why farmers are adding nitrogen-rich fertilizers to soil? Any answers? Anybody? Okay, so now I'll just explain. So this here you see is like very pale colored or pale brown colored soil, and this does not have nitrogen. So here you can see that is a brown color rich soil, and that is full of nitrogen. So after a while, if we are putting some seeds here and we are putting some seeds here, look at compare the growth here. So this which does not have much brown color, which does not have nitrogen rich soil, here only very less it is coming. What is coming? The plant is growing very less amount. Here you can see the plant is growing really high. There's a lot of fruits here. It is growing more. So why? Because nitrogen is very essential for the growth in plants. Okay. So that is why the farmers turn to fertilizers because these substances contain plant nutrients. Okay, fertilizers contain plant nutrients such as nitrogen. Okay, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. These are the main plant nutrients which are needed by the plants to grow their plants and fruit and have the flowering and everything. So that is nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. This maintains the soil fertility so the farmers can continue to grow nutritious crops and healthy crops. So this is why, so if there is no much nutrition or nitrogen in the, in the whatever soil is there which the plant is growing, then there won't be proper yielding of fruit. there won't be proper yielding of fruit, there won't be proper leaves, or the leaves won't be taking or doing much of photosynthesis, because nutrients is very much necessary. Nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium is very much necessary for the process of photosynthesis also. So that is the reason. Now, so does anybody know that plants cannot absorb nitrogen on their own? So how does plant absorb nitrogen from the root? Any idea? Any answers, please? Yes, Anshul has told the correct answer. That is rhizobium. Very good. A bacteria named rhizobium is present in the soil, which will convert the nitrogen into usable form, and it will release it into the soil. Okay, so these are absorbed by the plants with water. So that is the thing. That is the answer. Correct answer, Anshul. Very good, Anshul. Anshul has told the correct answer. Yes, rhizobium. So rhizobium is very much necessary for converting the soil nitrogen into a form where the plant can take the nitrogen. Okay. Now, do photosynthesis only take place inside the leaves? Any idea who will answer for this? Let's see who will answer for this. Let's see if Anshul will answer for this, or Melvin will answer for this, or Abhita is giving the answer for this. Let's see who will answer this. Do photosynthesis only take place inside the leaves? Okay, I think we'll just wait for some time till we get the answer. Until then, we will just discuss it. So, just like that, no, photosynthesis also takes place outside the leaves. That is, it will be taking part in the stem, then in the other areas which are green in color. Okay, so photosynthesis also takes place in other plant or organs or plant places that are stems and green branches. Okay. So, for example, I will show you that is the cactus. Cactus is a stem, and it is taking place inside that stem. So, this here we see many might have gotten confused that this is leaves, but no, this is actually stem. And the most important part is the photosynthesis is actually taking part here in the stem. Cactus is mostly stem and not much of leaves and flowers, but still here photosynthesis happens. Okay, so this is stem and photosynthesis is happening. Now, so algae also we do not call them exactly as plants, but they are organisms. So algae also has green color. So whenever you see any organism that are green color, they contain pigments as chlorophyll, and which chlorophyll has the power of making food by their own. Okay, so algae is also, you know, that's not plant, and but still it is making their own food through what? Through photosynthesis. Okay. Now I'll just share with you some interesting facts. Okay, I'll just share some interesting fact that the Earth is more than 80,000 of species of edible plants. The edible plants are more than 80,000 species. Okay. Now, the 90% of food human eat come from just 30 plants. Out of the 80,000, more than 80,000 of edible plants, what we humans consume is only 30 plants. That's so shocking, right? We didn't know that there were 80,000 plants, and we didn't know that we are only consuming from 30 plants. That's like, yes, I think we should increase. Anyway, 70,000 plant species are utilized for medicine. So just like that, 80,000 species are edible plants. 70,000 plant species are actually utilized for the purpose or the process of making medicine. So only 1% of rainforest plants have been studied for medicinal potential. Okay, that is 1%, just 1% only. There are lots of rainforests in this planet, and only 1% of the rainforest plants have been used for the medicinal potential studies. Now, more than half of plant species are native to just one country. So there's a lot of variety of plants, but more than half of that plant species are only native for one country. So that is, in one country, there'll be, for example, tomato will be very native to that country. The same thing will not be grown there. So that is just an example. I'm not telling tomato exactly. That's just an example. Now, let's see what we learned, or let's see if you have learned what I have explained. So that is, tell me if photosynthesis, true or false, okay? Photosynthesis only takes place during daytime. Is it true or false? Who will answer? Let me see who will answer this. Photosynthesis only takes place during the daytime. Okay. Any answers? True or false? It is? Who will tell me the answer? It is it is true, sorry. It is true because it will only take place during the daytime. Why? Because only sun is there that time. Okay. Now, algae is the autotroph or heterotroph. Algae is a autotroph or heterotroph. Who will tell the answer for this? Algae is the autotroph or heterotroph. Now we have to think what is autotroph? What is heterotroph? So autotroph is something which will make their own food. What is heterotroph? The other consumers. They will take food from the others who makes food or which makes food. So algae is an autotroph or heterotroph. Who will tell me the answer for this? Let's see. Am I getting any answers? Yes, algae is a autotroph because algae has the chlorophyll and it has the capability of making their own food. Okay. So who will define nutrition for me? Who will define nutrition? Let's see if we got answers. Yes, Abhida has told it is autotroph. Very good. Correct, Abhi. So yeah. Okay. Who will define what is nutrition? So nutrition is the vital elements which are needed for our body, which we get from the plants. Okay. So now plants can directly absorb nitrogen from air. True or false? Who will tell me the answer for this? Plants can directly absorb nitrogen from air. True or false? Okay, I'm looking for answers. Let's see who will get the points this time. Plants can directly absorb nitrogen from air. So yes, that is false. They cannot absorb nitrogen directly from air. Why? Because Anshul had told, yes, Anshul Goyal had told, no, ribosomes are required. Okay, we had discussed this also in the chapter which we had discussed now. Now, what is photosynthesis? What is the process of photosynthesis? Who will tell me the process of photosynthesis? Okay, so I'll just say photosynthesis is a process that is taking place inside the plants when components like chlorophyll, carbon dioxide, and water combine together in the presence of sunlight to give sugar, glucose, and water. And this is the process by which green plants make food. This is photosynthesis. Now, the process of photosynthesis we had explained and we are told what will happen from the root. All the minerals, water, everything will go up to the leaves, and leaves. What will happen? The photosynthesis process, which I just said, will happen, and in the presence of sunlight, and that is how photosynthesis happens, and that is how food is being prepared in the plants. Now, why algae looks green? Who will tell me the answer for this? Why does algae look green? Who will tell me the answer for this? Let's see who can kick this off. Yes, algae looks green because of the presence of chlorophyll that is present in them. Okay? So what we have learned today, we learned an introduction for the chapter nutrition, how nutrition is happening, from where we get nutrition. Then we learned about modes of nutrition in plants, that is the heterotrophic, autotrophic, and autotrophic is having two other types. There is chemotrophic or chemosynthesis or autotrophic and everything. So then photosynthesis, we learned about the food making process in plants. So all that we have learned, right? So anybody has any doubt? Otherwise, then we can just wind up this live. Anybody has to ask any doubt or type in any comments, I will answer. Yes, Abhita has told the answer for why algae looks green. It's the presence of chlorophyll. Very good, Abhita. Correct answer. So yes. I think that's it. No questions then. Thank you so much, everybody, for the live. I think we'll wind it up, or we'll just wait for some questions. I'm just waiting for some questions. Any questions? Anybody? Yes, I'm just waiting. Okay. So I think that's it. Let me just check it again if any questions are there. Thank you so much, Abhi. Okay. So I think that's it. Let's just end the meeting then. See you until next time. Bye, everybody. Until take care. Stay safe, everybody at home. So yes. Bye, everybody. Bye. Okay.